You know, in Alice in Wonderland, she asked the cat, "Can you please tell me where I ought to go to from here?" And the cat replied, "Well, that really depends where you want to get to." Alice then replied, "Well, I don't care much where." So the cat said, "Well, then it doesn't really matter where you go." You know, I find that so many of us are like Alice in Wonderland, where if we have a goal, we either don't know how to accomplish that goal because we have fear or we have lack of encouragement, or we just get an obstacle down the road and we feel, okay, this is it. I'm not even going to bother anymore. So what I wanted to share with you today is 4 surefire ways that you can achieve your goal this year, and in fact, maybe in the next 90 days. Hi, my name is Zaheen Nanji, and I am a resilience expert where I teach people and organizations how to make resilience their first reflex in challenging times. So let's start with the first one, and that is planning ahead. Now, I treat my year like a 3-lane highway, and each lane is about 90 days. So if it's a 3-lane highway, then I go from January to March, April to June. I skip July and August because this is summer in North America and I want to enjoy it. And then the last lane is September to December, which is a little more than 90 days, but December is usually a write-off, right? So, and then what I do is for each lane, I pick about 1 to 2 goals that I want to work on. So to give you an idea, this year I'm going to be working on launching an online store and launching an online course. So that's the only 2 things that I want to work on in this first phase. Now I may be working on it and it may not occur until the next 3-lane highway, but at least I'm working on it. And the brain usually works in 90 days because it's a small amount chunk and you feel that you can attain that goal quicker if it's 90 days instead of 6 months. Okay, so that's number 1, plan ahead. Number 2 is focus. And the reason we say focus again is in 2015, I worked on my book, which actually became an Amazon Kindle international bestseller. But that book, even though I chunked it down in 90 days, I focused on that goal for the whole year until the book was published in September. So I started to write in February, but it didn't get out until September. But I worked it in my 90-day goals. In 2016, my goal was to work on an online course. And so I took a course on taking online courses, and that was my theme. So focus means pick a goal. If it's short for about 90 days, then work on that. And if it's one big goal, then chunk it down into 90 days, and then further chunk it down into your month, and then further chunk it down into your weekly agenda. So in my office, I have a 3-month calendar on the wall where I work on my 90-day goals, and I put it down into weeks and I work back on that. I also have a planner that I have in my purse where I can go through my week and see where I can fit in to work on my goals. So let's recap the first 2. 1 is plan ahead, and number 2 is focus. Number 3 is get help. I have a virtual team of about 7 people that I work with every week and every month. I've never met them in person. We just work through email and messenger apps and things like that. And I find them on these 2 websites. So that's my secret now, but really it's not a secret. You can find people to help you on upwork.com. That's upwork.com, or Fiverr. That's fiverr.com. And I have my graphic designer, my virtual assistant, a person who can do a setup for me on my webinars, someone who can do updates for me on my website. I don't like doing all that, and I don't know how to do all that. And for me, it's a waste of time because I want to focus on things that I do best, which is speaking, teaching. And so making sure that you get help so that you can do what you do best is what will keep you going forward and build momentum. Okay, and then the fourth thing is consistency. Honestly, if you're not consistent, it doesn't become a habit and you won't see the goal happening. All right, consistency creates habits. So, for example, when I was doing my book in 2015, I decided that I would write every Sunday morning because that's when I felt more alert and creative. And I finished my book in 5 months. Next thing that the next habit that I have is with my husband at home in our house. Sunday mornings are meal planning days. So every Sunday now we have this habit where we plan 2-3 meals so that we're not blowing our budget on eating out all the time and we're eating healthy. I send out a blog every Tuesday and Friday. So those are the kinds. I do a Facebook Live every week, and this is consistent habits that keeps you going. So the four are plan ahead, focus, build a team around you, and consistency. Now, if you want some more information about how to reach your goals, then I highly recommend that you come on my webinar on January 12th. I'll put a link on that after we're done with this video so that you can go on, and it's a free webinar and you'll learn the 7 steps to achieving your goal in 90 days. Bye now.